Hello, good morning. Welcome to benzblog. Well, today we're going to talk about safety program for your starter. So, if you know that, if anybody knows that, let's talk about it. But before that, I'm going to shout out one of my subscriber, and he is Kolokungjo. This very entertaining. You can subscribe also for this person because sometimes I'll laugh and enjoy watching for the vlogs of what he's doing. By the way, today I'll go back to the topic that we're going to do the program for the safety measures of your starter and what is the basic functions of this. So we're going to talk about all of that, so we don't need more time to talk about it. Let's go directly what is the uses of this motor starter. Okay guys, now I will explain to you the basic functions of starter motor and the basic parts of the starter motor and how it will work. Okay, so in here, this is what we call the solenoid. This is the solenoid. Okay, this is the starter solenoid. In here we have the motor. Okay, this is the mechanical parts of your starter motor. Now in here this is your supply, and you have one relay here for your okay, this is going to your module. Okay, and here this one is going to your positive. Okay, it's ugly. So this is your positive for your battery, and here as you can see okay. Now if the solenoid energize, we have the high current switch here. Okay, so once the module is command to crank, it will give positive supply to the solenoid to energize it. Okay, once it is energized, the high current switch here will close, at the same times it push the rod here. Okay, so I will show you. Now this is the energized already. So here it is energized, and it is push the rod from your gear. in order to uh, engage this one to the flywheel teeth. Now once it is energized, it pulls this gear to the flywheel teeth, and this one will close the high current switch in order to run your motor. So that is the basic functions of your starter. Okay, you got it, guys. So again, this one is going from your module. This is positive also, and this is your main positive also, from your positive of your battery. But okay, so yeah, for your battery. So this is from your DSA. This is from your DSA. Okay, here is going to your DSA. Okay, this is water is someone really here before it is connected from this side. Okay, so that is the basic functions. Now again, if this one is energized, solenoid will energize. If this one is give command to the module, and it give positive supply from here, and the solenoid will energize, and at the same times the high current switch internally will close, and the motor will run. Okay, and at the same times the mechanical parts here will push the what we call here is the gear to attach to your flywheel teeth. Once it is de-energized, it will detach to your flywheel teeth, and it will back to the same positions, which this one is become normally open. Okay, so yeah, it will become normally open. Okay, and it will de-energize the solenoid and disengage the gear. Okay, that's it, guys. So let's go from the program. Okay, so now let's go from the program. So in here, let's talk about the safety of your starter. How we make our starter not to be damaged immediately, or not to be born if there is some failure. Okay, so let's go from here. We go from the timer. This one still not working. Okay, so let's go from the timer. Okay, so in here the timer, we are put this one is 8 seconds for the cranking time, and the safety on delay is 10. Okay, so in here I will explain it to you. This is the cranking options. Before, I have the blogs for this one, for the alarms, but this point we're going to talk about the safety for your starter motor. Now this program in here is this part of the program is for cranking, so meaning this part is for the functions of your cranking. Now in these options is to disable your cranking time. So for example, here is the set point for your crank disconnect. Okay, so this is all the safety of your starter motor. Now for example, we have only these two safety options. Now if this generator frequency will reach first, it will disconnect your cranking motor. Okay, for example, whichever who comes first, it is the one who go and give the crank disconnect. Okay, so another options, for example, you need more options in order to be safe and more reliable for that one, for that functions. You can also, the voltage is reaches from this amount, it will automatic disconnect your crank. And also you have charging alternator, you can enable also this one. And for your safety also, you can also enable this one in order for your safety. We will put it here and we have put it time just 1 seconds. It's okay for your safety, for your starter safety. Okay, so it will not burn if in case it is failed to disconnect. Okay, we have 1 2 3 4 5 options to disconnect your starter motor. Okay, so again, in this program, this is all about your cranking functions. Now here is your crank disconnect. This is all the options that you can activate it. For example, we have the frequency. This is 21 hertz. Okay, and we have 600 rpm, we have the 3 bars, and we have the delay, and we have the voltage, and we have also charging alternator. You can enable this one. You can enable only this one if there is some positive supply going to your starter, to your charging alternator. Okay, so now for example, who comes first to reach the value? For example, the frequency is reached first, it's the one who disconnect your cranking. For example, this one will fail. Is there another options to disconnect your cranking? If this one is fail, is also we have the pressure, all pressure to disconnect your cranking. And we have another one here for the voltage. If it is reaching from this one, the amount of the volts here is also automatically disconnect your crank. So this is the main feature for this program. So for the safety of your starter motor. Okay, you got it guys. That is very basic. It's very basic on how to give a proper program for your starter motor. So hello guys, now I will show you the actual footage of the starter motor. So as I explained there, I will show you the exact wiring for that one, so you can more understand what is really the connections. Okay, so now we are here in the 150 kVA. So this is the starter motor. So as you can see, we have the positive here connected, and in the computer shows this is what we call the starter solenoid. You know, in the PC you can see that there is the winding inside this one and the mechanical parts which to push your gear to interact with your flywheel teeth. Now this is your motor, and here is the connections for your negative. As you can see here in this side, it's covered with some wiring. Now this is the positive, and this point, as you can see in my hands, this is the inside of this. There is what we call the internal high current switch. Okay, so once the solenoid is energized, at the same times the internal high current switch will close to give positive supply to your starter. Okay, and at the same times the mechanical parts of the solenoid will push the gear which is interact to your flywheel teeth, and if it is energized at the same manner, it will detach the gear to your flywheel teeth, and then it will back to the normal positions. Okay, and this is the starter, this is the relay that I told you. This is the positive, which is connected to your positive line, and the other side it is connected from your positive command from the solenoid. Okay, this is the to energize the solenoid. This is these connections as here. Okay, so on the other side of the module, this is 5 and 4, and this is the connections which is connected to your module. So here, as you can see, there is tagging number 4, which you can see this is the coil side of your relay. Now once it is energized, it will close the switch which is past the positive into your solenoid, which is solenoid will energize and also close the internal high current switch which energize and rotate your motor. Okay, so I will show you the 4 which is connected. It is connected from here, which you can see this is number 4. As you can see here, this is number 4, and this is connected to your starter relay. So this is configured as your crank. Okay, so that is how the connections is been connected. Okay, no other than that. Okay, that is very simple to understand. So once again, Benji Mosquito is here for the Ben's blog, and thank you for watching, and to all my subscriber, thank you for your support.